to when you are not here in this world. It's where you receive guidance from your higher self, your spirit guides, and others. Having a dream for the way you want your life to go takes a lot of work. Why do you want it? How does it make you feel? What do you expect in return for all your hard work? Would you do it even if you didn't make a lot of money at doing it? Most people don't have dreams, only fantasy. Not everyone who has dreams is suspended in time, waiting and doing nothing. For the ones who take their dreams seriously and are following them, they are taking action toward realizing it. Having a dream is the urge that drives you, but the opportunities lie in the guidance. Okay, and that's really important. The opportunities lie in the guidance. Great, how we doing? Who do we have?
Well, we have Joy. Hello, Joy.
Joy. Okay, Joy, feel free to ask your questions around this insight, Joy, and thanks for coming. So the opportunities lie within the guidance, even when you have a dream. Okay, so let's take an example of that. Do you want to talk about that, Ray, or do you want me to go?
Well, go ahead. But
okay.
So in a dream, let's make sure I'm straight here. In a dream, are we talking about a dream that you remember when you're sleeping, or you have a desire for your life?
A desire for your life.
Okay.
Because in your dreams, I'm going to go back to the dream, where you're not in this world, where you're sleeping, you're getting guidance through your dream, even if you don't remember it, all right? But when you are awake in this world, or so to speak, awake, and you're living your life here, and you have this dream to do something, to accomplish something, to become something, a dream, something real solid that you really feel the urge to do. That's all fine and good. But if you don't follow your guidance while you're moving through that dream and living it and following your urge and doing that, if you're not listening along the way to the guidance coming through, then you could be haphazardly moving into a pipe dream, let's say, a dream that used to work. An example of that would be when you were a young kid.
Young whippersnapper?
He was 12 years old when he hit a spike in his life, and he hit it in the music business. He really hit it. It's amazing. He was in the right place at the right time, and he was with the right people. It just worked out. And it became Ray's dream. He wanted being a musician to continue throughout his life, but things didn't work out after he turned what age, Ray?
Well, that band stayed together 10 years, so I was in college from the time of the...
Okay, so 22 years old. Oh. So by the time he was 22 years old, that game was over. But you were working at another job. You couldn't just make it on music.
Right.
Okay, so he was already supplementing his income doing other things,
right,
which was guidance, trying to show him this thing with music is good and it's who you are, but it's not your life, all right? But Ray kept going back to it, thinking, well, I like it so much, you know how your dreams are, right? You like it so much, you want to keep doing it. And then you feel like you get cheated, or maybe you went wrong. Why are my dreams not working out like they used to? Well, your dreams, the dreams that you came here to actually live, are much greater than the ones you got stuck in. Okay, so when you have a dream and you live it and you've got the opportunity to express yourself there and actually enjoy that, but then there's a time limit on it and you're being guided to move in a different direction at some point along the way, and you refuse to acknowledge that, you keep going back to wanting that original dream, that's where you get beat up by your dreams. It's when you don't follow your guidance as you're moving through your dream, okay? And I'm going to say dreams, plural, because there's more to you than just one, hurrah in your life. And it's about following your guidance. Your guides will guide you there. You don't have to push it. You don't have to make it happen, insist on it happening. When you follow your guidance, you get your dreams, but you get a lot more than you thought you were ever going to get when you follow your guidance, when you step into that and trust it.
You know, you reach a point, this dream is a desire or an urge that pushes you one way, like me, into music, until you get to become 22 years old, and you have to, like you said, you have to start supplementing. You have to start supplementing. That's starving artist part. You got to get rid of that starving word.
Something's not supporting that original dream. That's right. What's going on. And then how do you do this? When you want it so badly, you just want it so badly. This is the journal that I created. It's the companion journal to Guided. And you have to write this stuff down. You have to track yourself, because your ego and what you want won't listen. But when you write it down in your journal and you see where it's showing up over and over and over again as you review what you put in here, that's when you go, okay, I'm getting a better sense of myself and my destiny. It's not just about that one dream, but if I follow my guidance, it's going to guide me to where I'm supposed to go. And I can tell you that I've had many, many dreams in my life come true that I never expected. Dreams I never knew I had until guidance showed it to me. In fact, that's what Guided is all about.
But in my case, did I really not achieve my dream? No. I mean, I got to a point where I worked at another job and I made a lot more money than I ever made playing music. But I still played music. I had more fun playing music.
Not having to make a living.
Not having to make a living at it.
Right.
Play whatever I want to play.
That's when he followed his guidance, you guys.
So I have to go back and look at my original dream. Was my dream to become a musician? Or was my dream to become a musician that made a lot of money?
That didn't need to be a musician. That could afford to be a musician.
Right.
And not have to worry about getting paid.
Right.
And get the kind of money that you needed, right?
Yeah, it's two different outcomes to that dream.
Yeah. So he didn't even know his dream about how making money was a part of his destiny, to learn how to make money and feel good about himself and stuff like that. So and the things that he did to make it, which was so different than music. All right.
But I'm still a musician.
Right. That's right.
So I guess I did realize my dream. Right.
That's right. It's just that you may not realize it the way that your ego got invested in it. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't go there. I also talk about that in Guided throughout my life, where guides would come through and they'd say, it's time to move this way, and I'd move that way, and it would last about 4 or 5 years, and then boom, something changed, and the guides would let me know it was over, and it was time to, reposition myself and get out of those investments and steer clear of what was coming next. And their timing was absolutely impeccable if you follow it. Okay.
Okay. Good comment from Joy. Not really a question, but I realized I have not made plans/dreams for my life. She spent all of her time putting out fires. Why is that such a big issue? And
that's a really
somebody doesn't get around to their dreams.
Okay, all this time putting out fires. Joy, we're going to have your spirit guides and angels, like we always do, answer that question. That's a great question, and it's a why question. I like those why questions. We talked about that 2 sessions ago. All right. So are we good with that?
Yeah.
We have it? Okay. So your guides are going to talk to you about, they're going to answer that for you, and here they go.
Joy, why did you never have plans or dreams for your life? It's not your fault. Nothing you failed to do. It was society and family pushing you into the future. Soon, everybody's pushing on Joy. And fact you have no extra time never allowed you to step back and look at your life long term. You just thought it would be normal.
So it's interesting, you defaulted into it, one default after another, after another, after another, and you didn't really think about it until recently. That's what they're saying here. Is that true, Joy? Leave that answer in the stream so we can get back to you on this.
Okay, Kathy Cartagena has a question about the other type of dream. When you are dreaming and getting a download of information, even if you don't remember your dreams,
right.
You still got a download of information. So
right.
Her question says, do you visit other parallel lives while you're in those dreams?
Okay, when you're asleep.
When you're asleep.
Okay, in sleep mode, let's say. You're not really asleep though, huh, Kathy?
No, you're not. You're more awake than you are during the day normally.
So Kathy wants to know, are you in parallel lives experiencing that when you're dreaming, when you're in the dream state? Let's see what they have to say. Your guides, and here they go.
You could be remembering other lives or a parallel life that exists. Either way, the guidance is in the dream, and you must write it down when you wake up before your foot touches the floor and you ground yourself out again into this life. Having a running journal of dreams, you will see if you have dreams in several lives.
Okay. What do you mean by that? Expand on that last point.
You will see some of the guidance in the dreams coming true in your everyday life, and the guidance that doesn't seem to fit in your everyday life is for another life.
So for a parallel life.
Or one you had before.
Right. That where it's making sense, it's digesting what happened then.
Okay. We have some new people. Kathy Kenemash, welcome. Anna Mae is here. Hi.
Great to have you all.
Olivia Joy.
Olivia.
Over there on the beach in Australia. And Nancy Zimmerman. Hi, Nancy Zimmerman. And Miriam.
Miriam, great, you guys. Now bring on your questions about tonight's insight.
Dreams. Do you remember your guidance that you have in your dreams?
Yeah, it's like remembering your dreams.
Right.
Here's what's going on. If you remember your dream, the first thing you do, get your journal out and write it down in part 3. Part 3. Write your dreams down in part 3. One dream at a time, and date it, and then answer all these little questions on here because they're really, really important. All right. So you have a dream. Read that back to me real quick, Ray. Again, her question.
Well, we don't have a question. That was just a comment.
A comment. Could you read it back to me?
Yeah. Do we dream in parallel lives?
Okay. So when you write these things down, when you write the dreams down, and you follow it, then you write the next dream down for the next night, okay? The next night. And the next night. You won't see this in one journal page. You will not see it where you log just one dream. It won't happen. You've got to follow it. You've got to continue to log what's going on with you sequentially, all right? Then when you review it, what you've been writing and what's been going on, and you start to look back a week later, a month later, and you look back, You're going to see what it is. You're going to see the guidance infiltrating your writing. The guidance that didn't seem so obvious the moment you wrote it down, but becomes more obvious the more removed you are from it. But you have to write it down, because once you write it down, you will forget it if you don't do it. And once you write it down, it's right. You planted it into this world. From the dream world, you brought it here. It's solid. And then upon review and watching the sequence, okay, play out, connecting the dots night after night or every other night, however often you remember it. You might even remember these dreams driving to work, or, in the shower, just boom, it just pops in your head. Write it down, okay? It will be, if you guys write down everything that's going on with you, your dreams, the guidance that's showing up in your day life, you keep writing, you keep logging all this, you're going to know the difference between when it's coming from you as opposed to when the guidance is coming through you. See, you're always going to struggle with that in the beginning because you've been in your way most of your life. You have been pushing. Okay, you don't have to push anything. You just have to show up. You have to connect with the guidance. You have to be willing to go that way. And the outcome, as long as you're present and you're paying attention, the outcome will be way better than had you planned it yourself. That's what's great about this guidance.
Okay, Anna Mae said, first she said, I'd like to know what my guides had to say about my dreams, and I asked her to be more specific. What kind of dreams are you having?
Yeah.
So she said, not too sure, but it's like they're trying to tell me something, but she can never figure it out.
Because you're not writing it down.
Right.
You're not following the instruction.
The instruction manual.
Yeah, you have to write it down. You guys have become poor communicators with your spirit guides. Poor. Because you have been missing it for most of your life. And now you're at a point where you need help. That's why you come to see us. You need help. This is your everyday help right here. It's coming from you, okay? It's coming through you. It's coming out of you. It's always there, okay? You keep hearing that.
Plus, you're not going to have one dream and they're just going to give you all the information you ever need to know in one dream and that's it.
This is a journey.
A little bit in each dream.
This is a journey. It's a journey. You're on a journey. There's no stopping and going, is what Ray's saying. There's no completion date or time or race. That's not what this is. It's a journey, and your guides are with you every step of the way on this journey.
And you have to write it down.
You've got to write it down.
So you can go back and see patterns.
Absolutely.
Some people have the same dream over and over and over, and they're not writing it down. They say, well, I just don't get it. Well, that's why they keep giving you the same dream over and over.
Because you're not getting it. Right.
There you go.
It's so obvious,
All right.
once we
Cat Angel. I love that name. All cats are angels, by the way. I find it hard to give myself space and time to think about my life-type dreams, or desire, life dreams.
Right.
They feel very limited and simplistic, as though I am afraid to go bigger. Ooh. Maybe I'm putting too much expectation on what they should be. Do the guides have anything to say about this?
That's a great question.
A great question.
Okay, yeah. And your spirit guides and angels are here with us now, and they're going to answer that question, and here they go.
We would never give you any dream you couldn't achieve. It's unlike you to doubt yourself if you have dreams and desires in life. If you keep doubting yourself or second guessing when the dream comes, you may feel that you are not good enough or smart enough or talented enough to achieve it. This is self-defeating thinking, because we would never put anything in your path you couldn't follow.
Okay, and this is going to be really easy to overcome. You are getting in your own way. Okay, you may think that you don't have dreams or passions or whatever that you follow through with. You're just in your way. It's not that they're not there. It's not that your guides aren't sending this guidance to you, okay, these dreams to you. It's that you're in your own way. That's all. You've gotten really good at that. That's why you write them down. You have to treat yourself like, okay, because I'm in my own way and I know that I'm doing this, and I jump to conclusions, or I just stop doing it, or I give up, or whatever it happens to be. I know that part of me is way too active. I'm going to do what Linda suggested. I'm going to go to part 3 of my guided journey. And I'm going to start doing what she told me to do. I'm going to start writing down the guidance, the dreams. I'm going to start writing it all down in here. And I'm not going to miss it anymore. I may not understand it. I may not buy it the minute it comes through. I may doubt myself. I may try to say, oh, I'll never be able to do that, as I continue to write them down. That'll be the part of me that overrides the other part of me, the part that writes them down, okay? This will win out.
Okay, Kat also said in the middle of that question, maybe she's putting too much expectation on what her dreams should be.
Right.
You shouldn't have any expectation.
Right. You're in your way. You're in your own way. The only way you can do this is you've got to write down these insights you're getting. You have to write down that dream you had, that when you were driving to the grocery store, that inspiration, that one-liner, that guidance that you just got. You have to write it down, because you're way too active by overriding these things. You're way too active, okay? So, but you won't be if you do this just for 1 month. So you've got something to refer back to and go, You're going to go, okay. I get it. I get how I've been in my own way for years. And I can see how they're guiding me. I can see what it is. You got to write it down, you guys.
You know, I think it's how you judge yourself, too, based upon if you have a dream or if you have a desire. Let's say your dream in life is to make $1 million by the time you're in the next 5 years, all right? But you only make $500,000. Now, your expectation was set here, and you only achieved half of it, but were you a failure? Whose standards are you judging yourself on? I
know. Well, it's getting in our own way. It's cutting yourself short. Each time you move that way, there's something that gets in the way that's habitual, that keeps interrupting it, okay? You're getting interrupted by you.
And every time you have one of those little doubts that, am I going to not make it? I don't think I can make it.
It's all nonsense. It's stuff you picked up. It's debris that you picked up along your life that you bought into. It's not true.
A lot of it was when you were little, and people told you aren't smart enough, you aren't tall enough, you aren't pretty enough.
That's right. We're gonna be covering that. We're gonna announce that next week. How you guys can join us on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we're going to start covering those type of things. All right, so look for that. Okay, Ray.
Let's see if we have some new questions. Kathy says thank you. No new questions.
Did Joy get back to us on that one where I asked her to?
Yeah.
Great, right?
We're all set.
Oh, she didn't. No, she was going to give me.
Mary may have a question. How about Nancy Zimmerman? How about Olivia? Anything about
you dreams? Guys? Come on.
Don't be bashful.
And this is about how dreams and guidance work together. That would be your dreams about the life you want, and how guidance is working with you to move you in the direction of true north, on your life path, which your dreams may be, the dreams they think they are, may be different than the dreams that you're ready to start living, that your guides remember you came here to live. Remember, you're the one that came here and got the amnesia, not them. They remember everything. That's why they're perfect at guiding you, all right? But you've got to be willing to go that way.
Yeah, it's funny how dreams work out. Like the example you gave with me as a little kid, and my dream was to become a famous musician and make a lot of money.
Well, see,
I did both. I did become a good musician, and I did make a lot of money. I just didn't make a lot of money
at music.
I was the starving artist part.
But he tried. How many times did you make the attempt before you gave that up?
I went bankrupt like twice. I mean,
he didn't go bankrupt.
I ran out of money.
Yeah, he ran out of money. So,
twice.
So that was a serious. Guidance finally went like this. Oh, thank God.
When are you going to get that you're not going to make a whole lot of money at this?
That it's about the music. It's not about the money. Go make money somewhere else.
Yeah,
you know?
That's it.
Yeah. So we get in our own way, you guys. We have to have it our own way. We want it the way we want it, you know, and it just doesn't always work out like that. And it's too much stress. It's not meant to be. Let it go. And listen for the guidance. Remember the way that they said this. They said the opportunities lie in the guidance. You can have your dreams, but the opportunities lie in the guidance, the timing, the time to pivot, time to whatever it takes. What I talk about in Guided, all the different times that, you know, I'm going this way. Oh, that's done. Stop, move back, get rid of all that, go over here, you know. And you just have to be willing to take the steps. It's called work. Okay, you came here to live this life. You came here to do the work, all right? So not everybody's really up for that. They're like, oh, I don't want to work that hard, you know? I don't want to be bothered with it. But it will not just fall in your lap. You came here to live it. You came here to learn more about who you are by taking this journey, this life, living this life, and finding out who you are, you know, by living it and actively moving through it and following the guidance. And notice the difference between when you followed it and when you didn't. All right? When you hesitated. Because guidance has a shelf life. If you hesitate, if you go, oh, that's really great guidance, I'm gonna write it in my journal. I'm gonna do that. I'm writing it in. Okay, and oh yeah, and how did it make me feel? And what did I realize? And what action am I going to take? All right. At the beginning, you probably won't take the action. You'll write down what the dream was or the guidance. You'll answer how it felt. You'll answer what you realized. But the part where it's the action part, you may write in this for some time as you watch the opportunities pass you by. But at least you know what the guidance was now. So that moving forward, you will more likely take the action and not miss the opportunities, okay? That's the point here.
Right. Okay. Olivia Joy, we have a couple questions. They're kind of similar. I have quite frequent dreams about my relationship with my partner. You guys, can they share anything about this? And then Anna Mae says she has a lot of dreams about her ex-boyfriends.
You guys. All right. Let's start out with Olivia. Olivia. Right. And we have no idea about you, Olivia. We haven't talked to you in a long time. Okay, so let's let your spirit guides and angels talk to you about your present day situation where they've been trying to guide you to go. We're going to talk about that. Where they've been nudging you and you know, giving you guidance along the way over and over again, but maybe you haven't been ready yet or whatever. Here they go. They're going to tell you what they've been trying to tell you.
In your current dreams about your relationship, how do those dreams make you feel the next day? Is the guidance coming through something you wanted to hear or not? If it's not what you wanted to hear. What is it telling you under the surface? If the guidance is right on, telling you you are doing fine in your relationship, how does that make you feel? If you keep having the same dream you don't want to hear, then they are telling you you need a course correction.
Right, right. So you're going to know the answer to that based on what they just told you.
Whatever the dream was.
Yeah.
And Anna Mae keeps having a lot of dreams about ex-boyfriends.
All right, Anna Mae. And your spirit guides and angels are going to answer that, and here they go.
Dreaming about exes is many times a sign of your present relationship not being solid. It could be from compromises you have made in your current relationship that make your previous ones look better. You tend not to look at the reasons you left those exes. Now, they have not changed, and you have grown. So why would you want to evolve backwards?
Yeah. So the dreams you're having is giving you information about the relationship that you're in right now, as well as reflecting back on what you learned from the earlier ones and how the one you're in now is bringing that to light. All right?
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Miriam. Hi, Miriam. I can't remember my dreams, and if I just woke up, I'm thinking, what did I dream about? It's been a while, I can't remember. When I was younger, I dreamed a lot and would get information about my past and future. What can I do to remember your dreams? Yeah.
Okay, let's let them answer her. Your spirit guides and angels are going to answer that question for you, Miriam, and here they go.
Writing down your dreams after you have them is only part of it. In your journal, ask us before you go to sleep to bring you dreams you can remember instead of dwelling on not being able to remember.
Okay, what you want to do is, and I'm pretty sure you have this, My Guided Journey, go to part 3, write down what your question is, all right? Instead, it says, write it down. So this will be your question. Then put this next to your bed, go to sleep, and remember that question, and remember that question as you drift off. And in the morning, before you put your foot to the floor, right, write down what that response was, or if you don't remember what they told you, the guidance, then write down what you feel. Write down the first thing that comes into your mind. Write that down because it's in there, okay?
Olivia Joy says, thank you. They usually bring up fears. I was sensing that it was telling me to look at all of our unresolved issues with her partner, current partner.
Yeah.
I feel that in a past life, I feel that a past life, but then I'm not sure how to take the next step in resolving them. I feel our challenges are past life and not so much this life to resolve any more guidance here.
Okay. Yeah, and Olivia, I don't know what you've done regarding your art or whatever you've done, but I really do see that where you need to go, and I mean the payoff is going to be you following what you're good at. If we could call your art your dreams, okay? Whatever you want to call it, but follow what it is that you're good at and that you love to do. When you tie those two things together, you guys, those two things, and you pursue it, that becomes your dream. Your guides will support you in that. They will steer you in that. But remember, the opportunities reside in the guidance. Otherwise, the dreams are just going to be just haphazard. It's like without a steering wheel. The guides are your steering wheel, all right? The guidance.
Yep. A lot of people bring their challenges with them from past lives. And that's why they say opposites attract, but a lot of times, you don't have to be an opposite to attract. You both bring your problems to the party so you can work them out.
That is really true, yeah. But there comes a time, Olivia, and I really feel this, I felt this with you previously, is you need to pursue your own dreams. I know you've got your children, I know that. But you really do need to forge forward and follow this thing and you say, well, my art doesn't sell, and there's all these reasons why, all right? You've got to start really focusing on what you're good at. No matter how thin the budget is, no matter what excuse we have, you have to fit that into your life, all right? Think about it, figure it out, all right?
All right, Anime says, thank you. My other relationships had a lot of emotional and physical abuse. This one's turning out to be the same way. Why is it that people pick the same relationships over and over?
Because we need to learn what we didn't learn in the one before and the one before that. And you know what, Anime? It's not your fault. You picked it up along the way. It's like debris that you picked up, and you picked up more of it and more of it. And there's no accident. I mean, this must be the quickest way home for you. You're going to learn from this, okay? And you're going to do better, and you're going to pick better. In my case, I was so bad at picking my mates that I finally said to my guides, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. And if there's someone for me, if the right one shows up, give me a sign. Remember in Guided, I talk about this, and that's exactly what they did. And I didn't even know. I had no idea that they were working on it so quickly, and it went, I'm going to say within 3 months of the time I just said, this is it, I'm not doing this anymore. They took charge. I said, I'm handing it off. You guys, if you see the right one, all right, if the right one shows up, and they picked it, and
what happened?
Well, I'm not going to go through all that. You guys know about this, but if you just trust in the guidance, just put it out there, connect with that. That's where the answers are, you guys. They really are. The answers that are right for you. They may jar you once in a while, the guidance that comes through, and you go, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. I'm not sure I'm ready to do that. But it doesn't mean it's not perfect timing. It's not the guidance that you needed to know about. You can dig your heels in. This is free will you have in this life. But at least write it down so that you will catch it. You will rise up and become that person that can have that, okay? Even if the person who just captured the guidance doesn't think they can, or they don't think they deserve it, or they don't understand it. Write it in here. You will get it. You do deserve it. We don't need that one, right? Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do, before we close the session tonight about how dreams and guidance work together, I'm going to talk about next week. Okay, and before I do that, I'm going to once again mention, if you would like to learn how to channel your spirit guides just like we do, join our exclusive Facebook group called Ask the Universal Channel. In this group, you will receive free lessons and free channeled readings from the students of Ask the Universal Channel. They do them every Thursday at 6 p.m. on this private group. It's a closed group. So Ray put the link, he put the link in the description on this video. So all you have to do is click on it and ask to join, and Ray will send you the instructions. Okay. So before the guides bring through their closing message for tonight, we want to talk to you about next Tuesday, April 2nd. Join Linda Live right here on Facebook. This will be a Q&A and commentary with Linda and her spirit guides at 6 p.m. Pacific, so don't miss it. In Linda's weekly guided insights, the spirit guides will be talking about guidance is telling you the truth. Guidance is always telling you the truth. In fact, it may be the only source of truth you have in your life. We say that truth is love. Therefore, you feel love when you hear the truth. When you are connected, what you felt the moment the truth came through felt like it came from you, only wiser. The reason it felt like you is because you are not separate from us, your spirit guides and angels. This is how you know it's the truth. You know it's true even if you didn't want to hear it. You just know in your heart that the guidance you just received was the truth, and that was important for you to know at this time. Through your intuition, you make the connection and receive our guidance, the truth. So it has everything to do with your intuition. It's about, like we talked about tonight, with dreams and how dreams and guidance work together. You can have your dreams, you can, drive toward those dreams, and it becomes your passion to achieve those dreams. But if you neglect to listen to the guidance along the way, to hear the truth. When I was in real estate in the mid-70s, and the guides came through and said, there's going to be a real estate crash, Linda. Sell all of your real estate holdings. Get out. Do not buy anything into the future, and get out now. As a home builder, developer and everything, it takes a while to get out of the investments you're in, the land you've got that you're going to build houses on and all this. And so it took me about 18 months to get out of everything. 3 months after I sold my last property and finalized my divorce, the real estate crash hit. And it was a horrible, horrible real estate crash in the second half of the 70s, like 78. They guided me out of that experience. I wasn't supposed to experience going broke, okay? So they guided me away from that, and I followed their guidance. That's it. Did I want it to end? Ray, did you want music to end?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't want it to end, but you know what? When they came through and gave me that heads up on the guidance about, it's over, I knew better than to argue with that. I knew it from a whole childhood of surviving what I did, only because I followed my guides and my guidance, all right? So that's what next week's going to be about. It's going to help you guys really sink your teeth into what this guidance is, all right? And how it works and how to move with it. And I'm going to say how to move with it even when you don't feel like you're ready, all right? Even when you feel like you're not ready. I know you're not ready. You're not totally ready, but this will get you there. This will get you there faster than anything. Logging that guidance, logging those dreams, logging those insights that come through. Put them in here. Don't miss one, okay? And your life is going to change way, way better than it's been, all right? Okay, great. So we're going to close the session with their closing message tonight about how dreams and guidance work together. And here they go.
It's important to have a dream, a purpose. It's what you came here to do. This dream many times shows itself in your early life only to get interrupted by normal life, the one everyone else is living. They will tell you, you can't do that. You have obligations. You can't do that. What would your family say? You can't do that. It would take too much work or time or money. So as these little interruptions and life's critics creep in, you get distracted by jobs, family, friends, and societal pressures. However, the urge, the driving force in your gut never goes away. It's like a smoldering fire that needs to be rekindled. And now many of you have the time to rekindle it.
Okay, I'm going to close with this thought. This just keeps coming through on this one. Look at all these distractions and all this everyday stuff and these things that you're involved in, raising kids and maybe obligations, okay, and everything that everybody relies on you for and depends on you for and dumps on you for. All right. In other words, it gets out of hand. I want you to look at this as karma, because that's what it is. You're bogged back down in this karmic, the merry-go-round dream. Back on it, writing that thing again. You've done it many, many lifetimes. And now you're finally going, wait a minute, what? I know this isn't right. We've got some stuff popping up, right? I know this isn't right. What's going on here? You catch it. You catch it like out of the corner of your eye. You feel it in your gut. You start resenting it. That's karma. All right? And you're not supposed to be drowning in this karma. You have the karma. You recognize it. Write it in here. Tell on the karma. Tell on those past lives that keep dragging you back down and causing you to miss your life again. Don't let that happen. Write it all down. You're going to catch this. You're going, and I have to tell you that if you didn't write it down, you just come out and you just be an explosion of drama and trauma, and karma. Okay, when you write it down and you can actually see it in its sequential order, you can see it. You can see it. You can see it. Now it's intelligent. You moved it from the ethers into this world, and you're no longer guessing and just kind of catching, a little bit of context about what came through, but forgot the rest, and you're discombobulated. You're not organized. You're not really getting this. Okay, write it in here, and that won't happen. And then you can clearly see what it is in review. You're not going to see it the minute you write it down. In review, and you're going to go, okay, I got this thing. I got this thing. I may be in this relationship that I see, what's going on here, but there's also good things going on here. How can I take this karmic ride and shift it so it quits ruining my life and his life or her life? How do I shift this so it doesn't screw up my kids? How do I get a hold of the steering wheel here instead of being a passenger in this car like I feel like, oh, I was just been a passenger, and get a grip on this so that I can start moving through the karma instead of just being controlled by it. All right? That's what this does. That's what this does. It's called My Guided Journey of Self-Discovery and Personal Transformation. And that's what this delivers on, okay? And last but not least, part 2, Taking the Journey, chapter 1 through 18. We're going to be starting a Facebook Live right here on my page on Facebook next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. We're going to announce it. So keep your eyes out for what we put out on Facebook, and we're going to bring it to your attention. Actually, we're bringing it to your attention now with some little short video clips we've been putting out about every other day. So look through the stream and see where we're going with this, because it's really going to help you guys.
You're going to get a chance to see what it looks like to go through the journey.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be working with a person right there live on the page in a personal coaching session with me, walking people through this journey and helping them put their lives back together again, help them see what the guidance has been attempting to tell them so they can make that shift and raise the bar.
All right.
Okay, you guys. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. And this Thursday, if you want to join the Ask the Universal Channel Facebook group, be sure to look for that link in the description of this video, and Ray will send you the instructions to get in.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Be kind to everybody.